Hey, kumusta? It's Ligaya and welcome to a sort of a tutorial on taking photos of your Sims, and I have for you some tricks and tips to make it easier, more fun, and much more creative. When I'm playing legacy challenges, I want to take photos of my heir and their families because I want their houses to feel much more lived in, and the photos would add much more personality also to their houses, and it just shows growth sometimes. It's just fun to look back on those photos too. So I want photos too to have more personality in them instead of just having the same 10 poses every time, if you get what I mean. So without further ado, let's just get started on the first one, which only requires just the base game. You don't need any more packs for this, but if you do have the Moschino or the Moschino pack, however you want to pronounce it, or even Island Living, then fine, sure. But the first thing that we really need to discuss is the lighting. So lighting is key to light up your room, of course, and to make the photos look much more better. I find the base game super subtle saucer light to be very effective for this, but if you have Moschino, or Get Famous, you can use the studio lights, like as you can see right here. And sometimes the studio lights would tend to get harsh, so what I really do is that I set the color intensity and turn it down to a level that I'm comfortable with. So you can really just find this if you click on the light itself and set the color intensity, and I bring it down sometimes to about 2 and maybe even just 1. And so let's just get into the cameras. So you can see right here that the base game only has 3 cameras, and it is the first 3 ones that I'm showing. And the next one is actually a camera from Island Living, and then last one is from Moschino. These cameras just have differences in price points, but all you really have to know is that you have to shoot as many photos as you want, because each camera, like regardless of price, if you have a low scale, you will have blurs, of course, and also you will have like thumbed shadows on them. I will show you pictures later that will show you what I mean. So you would really have to build up their photography skill or shoot a lot of photos, because 2 out of 5 of those photos that you'll be taking in one round of taking photos will be blurry, or they will be like in a poor quality. Now when it comes to taking family photos, you can take regular ones, of course, but it poses the problem that who will take the photo of them. So I would just grab random Sims like townies, add them to my family real quick, and make them take a photo. So just press shift and click your unfortunate Sim of choice, and that's it. So have them take the photos, and when you're ready to let them lead the family, then just don't forget to grab the photos that are on their inventory. Now if you want more creative photos, or let's say you want your Sim to pose as if they're on a classroom, you can grab some in the gallery. Like you can grab a quote-unquote set from the gallery. In my Tina Day challenge, it's what I did. I just popped down a room like this and took their photo right there. I also used backdrops that I find on the gallery, and you can use these backdrops for a more creative background for your photos, of course. And if you need a lot of work for your photos, or you don't want a lot of time to pass, so you can just create a wall, like add your photos on it, save it to your library, exit your save without loading, load back into your save, and place the wall that you just saved in your game in your current lot. And that's it. So it's like they took these photos with no effort necessary at all, and you can even have some backup of the photos that you took. And when you've already chosen what photos you like, then you can display them on your Sims home and even click on it to find so many options for frames. You can size it down too, like make it larger even. It's really all up to you. Now let's move on to the ones where we are going to be using mods. So if you can download mods, download the Post Player. I will be leaving a link to it on the description, as well as all the mods that I'm using in this video. So after downloading it, download some poses as well. So there are a bunch of poses in the internet basically. But to be honest, I usually look for mine in Tumblr, so there's a few that I follow, and I guess the most helpful is Max's Match CC World. So if you go to the navigation, find the poses, and then you'll see the categories for the poses that you may want. There are poses for taking photos, and there are also poses for storytelling. So it's a lot. Or you can also go to Tumblr and just like the main Tumblr and then search their TS4 posts. Just go search that and you can immediately find what you're looking for, and it's really much safer than the other sites, so I would just recommend Tumblr. Then of course, place that in your game, and if you're on your game already, you can use the teleporter or these things. Place your teleporter on where you want your sim to stand on, and just pick a pose. You can just click on your sims. There's a pose by pack option, click that because I don't usually use the pose by name one, but click that and you'll find various poses that your sim can use. So just be sure that you'll be using the right one, because sometimes it will make your sims look funny basically. Keep in mind also that some poses needs props, some poses needs couches, beds, stools, chairs, and other stuff, and sometimes it can get complicated because you're not using the right angle that the teleporter is supposed to be in. So all you've got to do is just to it's a trial and error basically. You just gotta try. If you want them to post like that, then of course you're gonna have to try. So which is why I also recommended the putting your sims pictures on a wall, so that you won't really have to spend a lot of time on like taking photos. There are also poses that are for 2 or more people, so just stack the teleporter according to how many people are supposed to be in that photo, and some of the poses are also marked with who are supposed to be doing them with like letters, so you just got to keep out for it, and some are even marked according to their ages. Now, if all people in your household have posed already, then of course you might think that who's gonna be taking the photo. So the logical thing to do is to add another person, right? But what if you reached already the maximum number of your household? Because let's say you have a pet. And so one thing you should do is that you can also download Ravashine's ISO Love photo camera. So it's a full control camera. And this one is a freaking lifesaver, and I honestly can't play my game without this, to be very honest with you. You can just set down this CC on any surface. It can be on a tripod from Moschino, or if you don't have that pack, then you can stack some crates just as how I did right here. And at least make it like eye level, or like in a level where you would usually take your Sims photos, and just take the photo. So your sim does not have to walk over there to take the photo, and you can just take photos even if the game is paused. So it's my favorite thing about this mod, and it's a really helpful one. It just makes things easier and better in my own opinion. And now that you're done taking your photos and you just want to put them somewhere and not make it boring, so I do have another mod, which are these frames for your photos. Well, there are frames, but the ones that I really like are these unconventional ways of like hanging or like displaying your photos. For example, the string lights, some cork boards, and the one that I'll be showing later, which is the grid. You would have to put some clip on them, and you can find this in displays. So this makes picture taking fun for me, and yeah, it just gives like a whole lot of vibe for the room that I'm placing it on, especially if it's like a teenager, because I do know that they would eat this shit up. So those are my tips and tricks, and yeah, it's what I've learned from all my years on like playing this game, and it just makes picture taking fun for me, and hopefully it would for you too. So if you like this video, feel free to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't, and let me know if this are useful to you, and I'll be ending this video here. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye!